Gotta be bigger.
Well, hello YouTube. Hope everyone's doing good. I think we're going to be doing better. As you can see, this is my hot water heater. And what happened is the darn thing sprung a leak. And this hot water heater has not been produced since 2010. And I called everybody that I knew, and I went all over the internet looking for a new tank for this old water heater. And of course, the story goes like this. You know, they haven't made that thing in 12 years, and all the inventories that people had and, you know, new items and stuff, they're all out of them. So, to say the least, ooh, it's nice in here. I got pretty discouraged, but being the type of person I am, I went online, I looked around, and I found a welder guy, and he TIG weld. So I asked him if he'd be interested in fixing this leak on this old water heater. So he took it, and he took it yesterday. Last night he called me and said it's ready. My buddy's taking it home. You can pick it up from him tomorrow morning. Someone got it today. Now if you looked at the other side, you notice that the gas side is not hooked up, and the reason why it's not hooked up is they have those big tubes that were out there. They have an asbestos ring, and then they have like a locking ring that you pound on there, and that holds everything in place. But we need to take showers, and I mean it's warm here right now, and it gets pretty warm during the day and you kind of get sweaty, so we needed to take showers. So I went ahead and installed it. I had to do a little duct taping on the covering. The newer ones have that styrofoam, and that was another thing. I looked into newer ones, and the big problem with those is that they're smaller. So in other words, to be able to use a smaller one, it's going to take some modifications, and it's going to take some paint and stuff like that. And at this point I thought the easiest way to do it would be what I did, and so far it seems like it's okay. I had a little bit of a leak down at that little fitting right there, but I got that, I tightened it up a little more, and that stopped that. And I keep feeling this cord here, and the cord is warm, not hot, but just a little bit warm. So that means it's dragging electricity and heating up the water. So should have hot water here shortly, and everything would be working. Now you can also notice this thing used to have a where you winterize the RV in the wintertime. Well, when you live in your RV, you don't winterize it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to winterize. So anyway, I took all that out because everything was just seeping here and seeping there and leaking over there, and it was just crazy. And I just went ahead and took it all out, and that's all I had to do is that little modify there, and those fittings, that fitting there and that fitting down there, and then run that red line. And it's been working real good, but it was leaking. Where it was leaking is there's a bung right behind this cover right here, and that's where the element, the heating element for the water goes in. And that bung around the top was leaking. It was actually spraying up. I thought it was coming from up here, but it was actually coming from down there and spraying up, and then it was running down. And it might have been doing it for a little while, but the other day I walked outside, and all of a sudden I saw water underneath the motorhome, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from, and I opened the cargo bay door, this is the water, where the water stuff is all below this water heater. So it's all waterproof down there. So it's not a really big deal that it gets wet. But it was leaking water out, and I thought, oh, my sewer line is leaking. I was like, oh, crap. You know, messing with sewer lines is just it's not that hard, but boy, is it nasty. But anyway, come to find out it was this thing leaking. So now it's back in, it's fixed. As far as being able to work on electricity, and the water is warm. It's not hot yet. I just turned it on maybe about 10 minutes ago. And everybody who has an electric and a gas water heater, the gas heater heats the water in 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. Electric heater takes about a half an hour at the least. But it's pretty efficient. It's cheaper to run, especially when you're hooked up to somebody else's electricity and they're paying the bill. So anyway, I'm sorry I couldn't show you all that was involved with taking it out and putting it back in, because they're all different. Every kind of, this rig, one thing about Holiday Rambler motorhomes is you can see this is a cabinet in the bathroom, and that you just take those lines, you just kind of pull them out of the way. That's those heater hoses. That's another thing. None of the new water heaters have that, and what that is called is a oh boy, now I'm tripping here. Anyway, it heats the hot water, heats the water in the tank with coolant, engine coolant when you're driving. And so when you're driving down the road, you always want to wash your hands or whatever. You always have hot water. You don't have to turn the gas on or start the generator or anything. You always a heat exchanger. That's what they call it. It's always heating the water anytime the engine's running. When you're plugged into electricity, you use the electricity, and if you're out boondocking, then you use the gas. So anyway, probably talk too much about this, but it is on this one, it's not too super difficult to change. And I'm just glad that I was able to get the tank fixed now. We're going to keep our fingers crossed and say a little prayer that it lasts. The water heater has been in there for 27 years. So it's a pretty good water heater. And when you take it out and you look at the tank, the outside always looks brand new. It's the inside where the problems are. But he didn't weld all the way around the bung. It would have probably been good, but what he did, I think, is going to hold. So we're gonna hope this works. So anyway, hopefully that was somewhat entertaining and helps you. And here's some more entertainment. Mr. Doggie Woggie is laying here enjoying the air conditioning. Say hi, Cage. Go hi. Yeah, I guess he doesn't. He used to talk. He don't talk anymore. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, well, it's been a couple days, but I just wanted to show you. Everything is back. Hardest part was these rings right here, getting these rings back on. I had to kind of bevel this a little bit. And the one up there, you can kind of see it back there. Anyway, they're pressed on. You got to have these new asbestos gaskets on there. But anyway, everything is put together. No leaks, but everything's working well. And water heater seems to not be leaking now, so we're good to go. And now back to your regular programming of selling fireworks. So an interesting thing about this place around here, you got a barber shop and a convenience store and a gas station and a little mini cemetery.
Oh, we're over there.
Yeah, we're right over there. Marmon family, this is a family's gravesite. The Merrimans. Look at those old graves right there. Those really old ones. Interesting. Interesting place. And here, man, look at these are made with bricks, Dar. This one's made of bricks. And it's from, didn't even have a date. Oh, 1839, July 8th. Interesting. So apparently if your last name is theirs, you've got a place to be buried. Look at, there's two little tiny headstones there too.
1894.
Yeah. That's the oldest one right there, 1839.
Yeah.
Look at these little tiny headstones here. I don't know, I can't read them. 1844 to 1871, so that was a short-lived life. See that? 1844 to 1871. There's two people in here, in that one. Well, look, 1866 to 1867, so that was a baby. There's one over there. 18. Darla's over here.
See this one?
Yeah. They've been here a long time. Kind of interesting.
See those YouTubers that go around and clean headstones?
Yeah, they need to come here, huh?
Yeah.
Death, 1837. So that's probably the oldest one. That one over there is 1839. Well, apparently it's all one family, so
Yeah.
pretty interesting. Maybe we can find some information on it. All right, we thought you guys would be interested in that. Pretty fun, huh? Say goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for coming along with my creepy
Yes,
cemetery
she's
fascination.
creepy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Thanks.